Hello, greetings. And you're on to Augustine again. And I'm here to give us another broadcast. Um, Today is a Thursday, and the title of my broadcast for today is As We Come Together, We Will Protect Ourselves Against the Elites and False Flags. That's the title of my broadcast. So, if you're just tuning into my broadcast for the very first time, I would appreciate it if you can click on the notification bell if you haven't done so yet. And I also appreciate it if you can subscribe to my channel. And once you do so, like the video, which is also part of social proof. All right, that said, just let's dive into the content of today. First of all, I'll talk about yesterday. Yesterday was wonderful, and it was about the afternoon hours of yesterday that I received that message that was put by the administration on the blog, Grengo Cash Back Office. And it was really wonderful. When I saw the message, I didn't understand it, to be very honest. In fact, it bamboozled me. I tried to read and understand. Yeah, I try to understand things when I read it, but the content of that video, I'm sorry, article yesterday was a mixture of article and video. It was like, wow, like seriously, are these things really happening? Like I'm witnessing it. The 9/11 attack, it was premeditated long before implementation. And it was unfortunate that I was still in the world system and I had no idea of what happened. That was a perfect false flag, and I went along with what the media said it was. I didn't question anything, but I believe that the administration foresaw what happened even before it went into full implementation, because according to him, he has studied these people for a good while, over 20 years or so, you know. So when he put out that article yesterday, it sent shivers down my spine, and then I had to wait for us to have the meeting, the mass adoption meeting yesterday, and then the explanations were made, and I had a better understanding. But then the nature of these guys is they do test run, to see the impact it would create on a small scale before they make it global. And you already know how they behave. It's a free universe, so they give you an offer, and they use the media, they use the entertainment station, and a lot of other stations, especially the news, to give out their offers. And people consent, people are acquiescence of their offers and then go along with it. So today we are going to just look into a few things, because as at now I speak, whatsoever thing that they had planned out did not work out. I don't know why they didn't implement it as they have said. But the truth is that people are waking up to the reality of what's going on, and you can't just play along with the people any longer like you've been doing in previous times. All right, that said, just want you to know that whatever thing that transpired yesterday, it's now over. They didn't make do their threats. They didn't. And thank God for that. Now, that doesn't mean that they would not implement whatever thing that they have planned out. But that's the reason why this title matters a whole lot. As we come together, we protect ourselves against the elites and false flags. Now, if you look at the meaning of false flags, let's check it out on Google to find out the meaning of false flags. Then I share my screen, and then after that, we go into the content of today, look into a few things, and I think that'll be all. All right, now screen shared. Okay, so false flags, according to Google definition, a false flag operation is an act committed with the intent of disguising the actual source of responsibility and pinning blame on another party. That's what they've always been doing. And what happened in 9/11? They pinned it on Iraq. They pinned it on those Osama bin Ladens and all that. These guys has been a terror, and that's the reason why it has been uh, misunderstandings over these past years between the Americans and the Islamic states. It's actually the deep states that has been masterminding these wicked things, and they've been using false flags to achieve their goal. So I think those of us who wants to find the content has been passed on. So now let's quickly move into our Grengo Cash back office and see one or two things. Now, I would not be able to go to the Grengo Cash back office and explain everything like I used to. In previous times, I did show our numbers and how well we've been doing. And then I've also been showing how our TBC admin wallet had been depleting. Now, at this point, the same assembly number has been put in that particular place. So it's not going to be possible for me to be going there anymore to show or explain anything because everyone's assembly number is to be private. Everyone's assembly number is to be private. So I'm going to talk a bit more about this assembly. And the first thing I want to say is we are organizing ourselves. We've been gathering for the past 5 years. Now we are organizing ourselves. The powers that be at the moment has been stripped of their power. The powers that be at the moment has been stripped of their power, and they are no longer going to get fundings. The queen that we think were so powerful, the pope that we claimed or we think was so powerful and all that, there is an overarching authority that is above them. So a whole lot is going to happen shortly, and we are all here to witness it. Now, I'm in Nigeria, so my content is explicitly or implicitly specifically for Nigeria. That's because that was how the system was set up. We are now organizing because we have gathered a reasonable number of people from across the world, and then we are now categorizing them based on their efforts thus far. That's meritocracy. Now, there is something I want you to understand. The first thing you should bear in mind is that you are winning at the moment. It's a marathon race. Okay, if you've watched a marathon race, you'll find out that we are running a race to a global adoption or to global adoption, and it will comprise of 1 billion people. Every blessed day that passes by, TBC is slowly being accepted. Every blessed day that passes by, TBC is being adopted across the world. And that's because they are opening their eyes to see what TBC is capable of doing. TBC will return power to the people, but it will take some time for people to realize it. And then as the process of building into global adoption is going on, coins are being distributed from the admin wallet to the hands of people. And those people should be accountable for those coins for the rest of their lives. And that's why a commitment should always stand. And we are building governments at this moment. And those governments should be very, very responsible sets of people. And that responsibility starts counting from your level of commitment in our Krengo private society. The other time I made a video, TBC, the assembly factory. You see, this content is actually, that content I made is actually very, very deep. If you haven't watched it, please do well to watch it because very soon you would understand what TBC wants to achieve. Of course, Life Force is private. At this moment, Lifeforce may not be aware of what TBC is at this moment, but very soon they would know what TBC is, because we are going to keep producing assemblies, organized and seasoned individuals that will come in as assembly members and will execute projects in a very, very wonderful manner. you know. And then after a while, Lifeforce would understand that TBC has a whole lot of things to offer them. And there is every tendency that there will be a private partnership between the two private organizations. And it will look like TBC being the organization responsible for churning out assemblies on behalf of Lifeforce. There is every tendency that as we get more organized, this thing I'm saying will come into full actualization. Now, another thing I should also make you understand concerning these assemblies that we are forming. Yesterday, I talked about meetings. I categorized it on meetings, meaning that we had to arrange the people based on how many times they've attended meetings. And we saw it. It was really wonderful. Now we are categorizing them based on how many people are receiving Bitcoin bounty. That's exactly what I did now. And if you look at it, you'll find out that in Nigeria, the highest person that receives Bitcoin bounty on a monthly basis, because this was evaluated on a monthly basis. Now, it was evaluated from the time we did what you call modification of the system. There was a modification that took place where you have to withdraw your crypto every month, and then if you pay in grains, you are paid back in grains 50%. If you pay in crypto, you are getting 50% in crypto. And that all existing Bitcoin bounties that were in crypto in the system will be converted into grains of gold and then stored up somewhere else. Now, after that condition was put into full implementation going forward, the Bitcoin bounties that people have received thus far are these things that you are seeing here. I'm talking of this particular Bitcoin bounty. Now, when you look at it, this started about 3 months ago, I think about 3 months ago or so. Now, in Nigeria, this is the person that is gaining Bitcoin bounties the most. And the person's assembly number is here. And so far, so good. The person has attended meetings 264 times. And then the person gets Bitcoin bounty on irregular notes. And I'm tempted to know who this person is, but discretion matters a whole lot in the TBC community. So the content should be kept private between yourself or you and you alone. No other person should know about it. Now, this other person, which is the person as the first runner up, is having 616 and has diligently followed up 498 times, which is a good one. So the thing actually categorized people based on Bitcoin bounty. And coincidentally, a number of other people who are also doing well in meetings are showing here. So the bottom line is this is a marathon race, okay? Now that you are winning the Bitcoin bounty or you have the highest number of people that are paying Bitcoin bounty is a very good thing. And it is advised that you keep up that pace. And as you keep up that pace, it can only keep getting better. But there is every tendency that along the line, so many other people will be able to influence their own world. For people to what? Accept Grengo coins or accept TBC coins or pay their subscription fee, and 50% is given to them. So it's a long distance race. There is a whole lot of things that will happen over time. Whatever people that are, or whatever results you are going to get or you are getting, should not discourage you, because some people will see their results and they're like, I thought I've been attending these meetings longer than this. Or I thought I've been getting Bitcoin bounties as much as. So the thing is, keep working, keep making efforts. And very soon, those who are working very well will start reflecting in this leadership structure, most likely by the end of this week or next week. And those people will have to be responsible for the work that is assigned them, or else the work will be withdrawn and given to someone else who is actually good enough to handle the positions. Remember that you are presenting yourself as a leader, so your results should show first. Before you are put out there, your results should show first, so that when you are put out there, your character should be able to influence people for good. Another thing I also want to say is this: you will not be placed under leadership over anybody if you do not have enough people within your area that you have influenced for good. Because it's very, very reasonable for your assembly to be a government, and a government should be within a particular location. If you are going to set up or execute humanitarian projects, it should be within your locality, at least as little as a 50-mile radius. So please put this at the back of your mind. You may have had wonderful downlines in different states. It's now time to look inwards and start working on the people within your particular location, so that you can be able to raise up assemblies. The attitude and the approach now will be different. You wouldn't present TBC any longer. You are presenting life force, and make them understand that there is a huge benefit they stand to gain while they interact with life force. Some of which is fundings, and the requirement is what? Making a yearly commitment. And with that yearly commitment, it offers them an opportunity to get fundings from life force, depending on whichever project they want to execute. The 30 of you, which are the assembly, will come together and agree on the project, put down the paperwork, and then submit it. So we are still organizing ourselves. There is a whole lot that the administration will present to us concerning this particular assembly, one step at a time. The bottom line I'm driving at is that whatever thing you are doing, keep doing it. Continue working to make sure that you are the best version of yourself. Remember that TBC will become an alternative currency for the whole world to adopt. At this early stage, people still may not get it, but very soon, core team will be filled out. Very soon, mass adoption team will be filled out. I have every mindset, or I have a mind that the moment the mass adoption team is filled out, it will just take a few months for us to complete the 1 billion status. I mean this information I'm saying, and I have looked at it very, very, very well. The moment the mass adoption team will comprise of 111,111. Once these teams has been filled out, I am very certain that we will get to our 1 billion status within a short while. And that doesn't mean that at 1 billion status, you are in the mass adoption team, you will be there forever. You have to keep working to justify why you should be in that position, because fundings will be given to you. The treasury of the TBC community will be at your hands. If you haven't justified yourself as a worthy leader, the first phase of leadership is from this assembly, that you will be appointed. If you are really a leader, you have this skill of leadership, it becomes very clear as responsibilities are assigned to you and you execute it very well. This is how our system will build. So I want to use this opportunity to say congratulations to this individual that has gotten 1,164 Bitcoin bounties in a very short while. Indeed, this person has shown that he is intelligent. Now, it is now showing it out in character, and then making sure that you can influence your very world. So you must make sure that the people that are going to be under you has to be people within your location. If you look here, you'll find out that this is Anambra, and now this is also Anambra, and this one is Ozobulu. Now, if you keep going down, I don't know if you see another Anambra. Yeah, you can see another Anambra, Newi. Now, the bottom line I'm driving at is that if there are enough of them, which are 30 within a 50-mile radius, I believe, based on meritocracy, that this individual will be assigned to them. I don't know. I believe the administration has the data and the information very well. So he is in a better position to know how he will allocate responsibilities to the leaders. So expect something from between now and the next 1 week on this leadership section. And it is well, if you are able to come to this position, please make sure you don't lose your status. Make sure you keep to the rules of the TBC community. And I hope that the grace of God will be your lot. All right, so I'm now rounding off. Remember the title: we are getting organized. As we come together, we protect ourselves against the elite and false flag. Now, I think yesterday they wanted to put up something that was funny, but the administration warned us ahead of time. Now, as we get more organized, they will continue to bring up such kind of schemes. And as we get more organized and get more informed, we are awake, and they won't take us unawares. And then they won't take us for a ride as they've always been doing. And at some point, we'll get enough numbers and enough momentum to push back. And over time, we'll override their system. We are definitely going to do it. And we're not going to take so long in actualizing this. It is between now and the next 1 or 2 years from now, it will happen. So, whoever you are listening, hold on and stay put, because we're about to launch and take the world by storm. All right, so the last thing I'll talk about is this. Now, this is the content. Before I talk about the South African team, this is the content that was put out by the administration earlier on this morning. And his content says the coast is clear now, that they didn't make do their evil plans. I will just read this particular page or this particular paragraph, and that will be all. And then I move into the last content. Death by cell phone signals is and remains a possibility. That is what then the administration is saying. Of course, if you watched the film Cell, watched it yesterday, that was the elites speaking, and they have not yet achieved their goal. They know how they are planning, and they are not hiding it. They are speaking to us using our universe, and they cannot execute their plan, because if they go about their plan without informing us, then karma will catch up. But the fact that they've informed us and we chose to consent, well, the consequences will not be on them. Instead, it will be on us. So beware, do not sleep, and make sure you are active in the community so that when informations come, you are not taken aback. Now, it just didn't happen at the time of the FEMA test. The concern is real, and we must always be alert and prepared for any possibility. More important, we need to work towards a world where such things would be impossible. And then as we build into 1 billion active members, that will be actualized. Now, only if all high level positions in society are filled with people who are completely worthy of such trust. Only if high level positions in the society are filled with people who are completely worthy of such trust. And that's why the assemblies are being set up. Remember what I said, the first core of responsibility is to own up as a leader and help in what? Governing your 30 people very well. All of you are leaders. So all of you would raise your frequency to become leaders, loving and respecting each other. And mutually, you guys can execute projects to make sure that it will attract the eyes of people into this TBC community. The fundings, yes, will come from Life Force, but the mental strength will not come from Life Force. The capacity to be able to build and execute projects will not come from Life Force. The education will not come from Life Force. It will come from TBC. So please put this at the back of your mind, because we will achieve this as we get more organized. Now, we have much work to do in that regard. 5G is a tech that marches forward, even though many whistleblowers have warned us of the dangers. Well, thus far, so good. I don't think they've actualized this 5G on a global scale yet. And it's up to us to do our part to make sure that they don't actualize this goal. So those of us who actually have watched or have listened to me, do well to read through the rest of this content. I don't have the time to read through it. So read it and understand it, because it's quite self-explanatory. So the last content is food subsidy. We are running 2 programs concurrently. The first program is mass adoption team for the TBC community using food subsidy. Secondly, Life Force gathering assemblies. And we have to make sure that we achieve these 2. These members that are coming in the TBC community as leaders are really wonderful, and I really thank God for them. And I hope we are able to own up to the responsibilities that will come on us or come on them anytime soon. And it is expected that over time we'll have subdivisions of these food subsidy leaders in different states. But then these people will arise as we get more organized in these assemblies we are forming. Remember that there will be assemblies on the national level, on the state level, on the local level. And there will also be small minor offshoots in different locations. So it is these leaders that are likely going to also transform into leaders of the food subsidy when the time comes. But then own up to the responsibility that is going to fall on you if you are found worthy by the administration. I'll stop at this point. I'll be coming your way again most likely tomorrow. Cheers and do have a wonderful day. God bless you. All right, so Brother Cindy came in and said something. Greetings, bro. Nice broadcast. Thank you very much. So I really appreciate. Till I come your way again tomorrow. God bless you. This will be all. Bye for now.